This is the video for Cindy to be able to set up her machine. So we're going to come to the back and turn on the machine. There's a button right there. And then at this point, she has already used the bathroom and taken her blood pressure, and we write it down on this log. So we have the date, and we have her weight and her heart and her blood pressure and which bags we're using. The first screen you'll see is Hello Cynthia, and you're going to hit the Go button. It'll connect to the network. Her weight. That's the one that we did earlier. This is where we put her weight in. 184 was today, so we're going to use the enter button, and then the weight will flash. Then we're going to move it to the numbers that we need by using the up and down buttons. So 184.0. So then we hit enter, and it flashes the second part, and we're going to take that one down until we get to the number that we need it to be, and then we're going to hit enter. That one is good to go. Now we're going to hit the down button to give us to the blood pressure. At blood pressure, we're also going to hit enter, so it gives us the numbers. The numbers for today was 114, so we're going to move this one number flashing to 114. When we get to the correct number, then we will hit enter. It'll flash to the second number. Then we will move that number to where it needs to be. Today is 56. So we're going to go all the way down to 56. When we get there to the correct number, we're going to hit enter. Next section, we're going to hit the down arrow again to get us to the next section. That is going to be bag number 1. And in order to get to the flashing number, we have to hit enter. Today is the green bag on top, and that is 2.5. So we will just hit enter, saying yes, and go down to get to the second bag. We then again will hit enter. That's 1.5, and that's the number what we want. So we're going to hit enter. If you needed to change the number, you would use your up and down arrow in order to get it to the number, and then you would hit enter. Once we get done with the bags, everything has inputted in. Now we're going to hit stop. And that will tell us that standard mode is on. And we're going to wait. Go. So now it says press go to start. We will say go. And it's going to load the cassette. Staff have already loaded the cassette. So now we're just waiting for it to do its process. We're going to say go to load the set, and then it goes through its self-testing. This is where Cindy will need to sanitize her hands and make sure her mask is on, because we're going to get ready and connect the bags. Now that it's done with its self-testing, it says connect bags and open the clamps. So I've already sanitized my hands. I'm wearing my mask. That's what Cindy should be doing. This first one is red. We're going to untangle it from all the other ones until it's loose. And we're going to connect it to this green bag on top. We're going to be careful not to touch any of these open clamps. So I'm going to pop this one, I'm going to pop this one, and I'm going to connect them. We do not want to touch any of those open connections. Once that's connected, we can break this little piece of plastic that's in there. It's like a flangey type thing, and we're going to open that clamp right there. We're going to do the same thing with this second tube. It is white. We're going to untangle it until it gets loose. And then we're going to come down here to this yellow bag. Again, we're not going to let anything touch these open connections. So we're going to pop this one. We're going to pop this one and connect them. Break the little piece of plastic, the little flangey thingy, and open the clamp. This tube is not used. Blue is not used. That goes to a third bag. We don't need that one right now. This last one, we call it Queen of the Mountain. It is the patient line. We're going to make sure that that one is untangled, and we're going to open that one as well. So now all the tubes that are being used are open. The only one that stays closed is this blue one, and we're going to push go because we've already done that. Now it takes about 10 minutes for it to prime. What it's doing is it's taking the fluid from the bags and priming and pushing all the air out until the fluid gets all the way up to this top patient line. It should only be a 1/2 of an inch of air in this tubing. If there's any more than that, you will have to either reprime or contact me or contact the company to find out how to get a little more air pushed out. There's only allowed to have a 1/2 an inch of air in this tubing. It usually does pretty good and goes mostly to the top. While it is still priming, I just wanted to give a little bit of information. So here's a checklist for staff and Cindy to help get through the process. The biggest one is going to make sure that the machine says fill 1 of 4 before she leaves this area. Otherwise, it's not running properly. It needs to say filling 1 of 4 in order for it to be on its way to working. Now you can see the priming. It's right there is the line. So it'll prime a little bit more here in just a minute, and it'll push that fluid line up even further. Now the check patient line and connect yourself has come open, and there's no air left in that tube. It is all the way up to the top. This is the point where you can clip this and leave it until she's ready to get hooked up, or she would clip it and she would do her cleaning of her patient line, and then she would connect herself. Once Cindy has her transfer set cleaned, which is the part that comes out of her body, she will open the transfer set and open the clamp on the patient line, and she will hit green. She will see initial drain appear. When she verifies 1 drain of 0, press green again. At this point, you should see fill 1 of 4. When you see that happening, you know that the machine is working as it's supposed to.